You were approached. There was students at the high school that were they were having a wonderful time skateboarding around the high school parking lot, and of course everybody, the parents and adults, were freaked by this because it was dangerous, and of course nobody wants them to get hurt.
Private property.
Right.
The liabilities. And they were doing it in not only school parking lots, but they were doing it in business parking lots.
Oh dear. Okay. So, well, mixing it up because it was more interesting. So to resolve this, there was some sort of an engagement with the students, and the students came to you and they said, well, if you want us to stop that, you're going to have to build us a skateboard park, as good teenagers do. They are a little demanding, and that's normal developmentally. But you inserted a little slow thinking again, and you said, effectively, well, if you really want one, we'll support that, but you're going to have to do the work on this. You're going to have to go out and find the money. We'll help point you in the right direction, but you're going to have to design it and build it and run it.
Yeah, and that's what happened. A group of students came. I was newly elected, and I listened, and I said, you know, you're right. You need a safe place for you to exercise your sport. But we're not going to give it to you. You're going to be engaged in the process. So I came back to City Hall, talked with our city manager, and then with our council members. And we had some space inside Civic Center so we can keep an eye on things and all of that. And they said, yeah, okay, we'll give them this space. And so at that time, there were no skateboard parks south of the river. So I was able to talk to the mayors in our neighboring cities, and they all agreed to put in a little bit of money because their kids were also the ones who were skating. And then the kids formed a 501c3, and we got Mr. Dick Manley, Dr. Manley, got him to be the mentor for these children, and Fred Out from PCL.
A construction company.
Yes, and then Dr. Manley got some other folks. So you had adult mentors, but it was the kids. And then we got a lot of folks from the community to volunteer their time, and we built the first skateboard park.
South of the river.
South of the river. And the kids raised the money, we got volunteer help.
So speaking of fast and slow thinking, so they managed to make it through that process and build an asset, not only for themselves, but for the community, because of course when parents bring other children in, they're stopping to shop perhaps.
It also taught those kids what a business is like, and
where
how
are
to.
Those kids now?
They now own
cool.
businesses. They now own businesses. Heather Manley is a very accomplished business owner with her brother, and
there's a lawyer,
she's international. Some of
the
there's some. Yes, and some who have. So what has happened with these young people is that they have learned, and the same thing happened with the garage with some of these.
And the garage is
another example of if you trust your children and give them mentors, they flourish.
Yeah, and so the garage is it's a community, or it's a place where teens and young people can join. Can come together. It is operated with the mentoring of adults and with the support of the city, but largely by the students themselves, and they bring in all kinds of bands weekly, and it's really a vibrant place. And they've been doing this for some time. If there's issues that come up, the students themselves are involved in adjudicating those or determining what should happen to the students that were involved. So tell us just a little bit more about the garage.
Well, that was all came out. That also all came out of our visioning process, and one of the themes or success factors was that youth is important to us.